Let's move on to the Vikings and the Lions. And this is one that the public, some of them anyway, going to be scratching their heads. You got a 10-2 Vikings team, a losing Lions team, and it's Detroit favored by 2.5.
Do you remember the last time we had that same head-scratching experience when Dallas was going into Minnesota and Dallas was a favorite on the road, and you're like, oh, well, how can this be? The Vikings are the better team, and Dallas ended up absolutely blowing them out. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, but I'm not going to be a sucker again and back the Vikings just because of the record that's in front of their name. And by the way, the Lions are one of the hotter teams in the NFL. If you give them, if they can stop Josh Allen somehow at the end of that game on Thanksgiving, maybe find a way to win that game, we might be talking about even more potentially what they could be doing here in the back end of the season. I think the job Dan Campbell's done has been phenomenal. If they had started off hot instead of starting off so poorly, I think we would be looking at this team completely differently. But they've figured something out, and it's working. And the Vikings are a team that I just don't trust here in this spot. So I'm going to go ahead and lay the points, take the Lions here as the home favorite, and I think they're going to win outright.
You got the under, too.
And I like the under as well.
Boy, we're on the opposite side of that one. I don't see how this game stays under. This is going way over. Both defenses are bad. Even though the Lions have improved, they've been much better on defense, no question about it. The Vikings play that soft shell, and they're not very good at it right now. So I think there's going to be a lot of points. But I'm with you. This line looks stinky. This is one of those stinky lines when you look at it, you go, oh, there's no way this can be that way. Well, there is, because the Lions can score. Jared Goff is having a heck of a year. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. I think the Lions win this game. I love this.
Glazed look for Kirk Cousins?
No, it's not defined as a big game, though.
No?
It's a big game for the Lions. It's not necessarily a big game.
You could still have a glazed look even if it's not a big game, right?
If 4 plays in, you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to tell. Because if it goes bad 4 plays in, he ain't coming out from underneath it.
What is the glazed look? What why does he have it sometimes?
It's a little bit of a shell-shocked look. I think it comes with pressure.
You know what it is.
Yeah, I had it a lot. I definitely
I didn't mean it that way, but if you're going to take it, you got it.
Absolutely. No, but you start getting hit. It's a confidence thing. I think he's very much, you either have it or you don't. And when Kirk Cousins have it, he's as good as almost, I won't go and say he's an elite quarterback, but he's consistently in the top 10 of every passing category for a reason, because he is a pretty good quarterback. But when he's bad, you see it going off the rails, and it just becomes a funk that he goes into, and he has a hard time playing himself out of it during the game.
You know what I always say it is? It's coming out from underneath your own crap. Because if you make a mistake, you have to be able to come out from underneath that, and he doesn't.
Coming out from your own crap?
Yeah, your mistakes, your crap.
I did think, and Kevin O'Connell was very concerted in remember the game ball he presented him on Thanksgiving night, and he made a very, he pointedly said, this game kicked off at 7:05 p.m., so you silence your critics. The fact that they're mentioning that means something.
Correct.
They're trying to
it's in their heads.
Over that hump. But this game's at 1 o'clock. I still think the Lions are going to win.
I think the Lions win too, because he might not be able to come out from underneath his own crap.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.